You guys' homework on quadratic formula with complex solutions. So for number 5, you guys, you have a is equal to 7, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to 8. Now, you guys know you have to set it equal to 0, which it is, and you have to make sure that you use the quadratic formula in order to solve for our roots. Okay. So I know my a, b's, and c's. Now we're going to substitute them in. So x is going to equal to negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times our a, which is 7, times our c, which is 8. All over 2a, you guys, which is 2 times 7, because that's our a value. Now we simplify. So negative 2 plus or minus square root of 4. 2 squared is 4. Negative 4 times 7 times 8. That is, I actually need a calculator for this. Times 4. Negative 224. All over 14. Okay, so we simplify that square root. First, we know that this is the square root of positive 220 times I. Because remember, I is negative 1, square root of negative 1. So, simplify this, we get 22 and 10, 11 and 2, factor this out, 10 and 5. So, I found a pair, right? So the pair goes on the outside of the square root, and on the inside are your guys' leftover. Bottom by 2 to simplify. And we get x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 55i all over 7. And let's just make sure that is right. And that is the right answer. Okay. I'm going to bring my quadratic formula with me. Okay, so we know a is equal to 6, b is negative 8, c is 6. Now we just substitute it into the formula. So x is equal to negative of negative b plus or minus negative 8 squared minus 4 times c all over 2a, which is 2 times 6. So negative 8 is positive 8. Square root of, so the square root of negative 80, which is square root of 80i. Now we factor 8 and 10, 4 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 5. Find our pairs, one pair there, and a leftover. So one pair of 2's is represented by this 2, another pair of 2's represented by that 2, and we got square root of 5. Don't forget your I. 4 square root of 5i. So square root of negative 80 is this for square root of 5i, since we simplified it over there. All over 12. Now I notice I can factor out something into 8, 4, and 12, so I can divide top and bottom by 4. So x is going to equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 5i all over 3. And just to check to make sure, and that is your guys' answer. Okay. Now we're on 7. So when you guys do number 7, A is 9, B is -4, and C is equal to 2. I'm gonna drag my quadratic formula with us. Keep it as a reference. Square root of -4 squared minus 4 times A times C. All over 2 times A, which is 2 times 9. Now, we simplified this. So x is going to equal to negative of -4 is 4, plus or minus. Square root of -4 squared, you guys, is 16. -4 times 9 times 2, that is -72, all over 18. So x is equal to 4 plus or minus square root of -56 all over 18. We need to simplify that square root. Positive 56i. Remember, you pull out the negative and then it becomes an I, right? Because square root of 56 times square root of -1, square root of -1 is I. Okay, so we factor. Found a pair of 2's. The 2 and the 7 are leftovers, so 2 times square root of 2 times 7, I. So we really get 2 square root of 14i. Now we are going to replace the square root of -56 with 2 square root of 14i all over 18. Now notice we have a 4, 2, and 18, so that means we can divide top and bottom by 2. So x is going to equal to, you guys, 2 plus or minus square root of 14i all over 9. And that is what you guys should have gotten for your guys' answer. Okay, so now we're on number 8. Negative of b, which is -6, plus 2 times a, which is 2 times 12. So negative of -6 is 6, plus or minus. -6 squared is 36. 12 times 10 times 4. -480. All over 24. Simplify that square root. So 36 minus 480 is -442. So now we gotta simplify this square root, right? So this is really square root of positive 442i. Now let's think of what we can do for 442. Well, I'm starting off small, so I'm going to do 442 divided by 2 for 221. Now, what goes into 221? 2 does not, 3 does not, 4 does not, 5 does not. Does 7 go into that? No. What could possibly go into 221? 11. 13 does. And 13 times 17. But, let me just make sure. Number 8, it has the answer as square root of 111. Let me check my math real quick. 4 times 12 times 10. Yeah, 480. $36 minus 480. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. It's not 4. It's not 442. It's 444. Good thing I always check answers. Actually, I don't always check. But good thing I checked there. Alright, so 444, right? Well, I know I could divide 4 into there, so 111 times 4. And then 4 is 2 and 2. So there's our pair, you guys. So, pair goes on the outside, so there's only one square root of the leftover, which is 111. Well, actually, you can divide 111 by 3, which is 37. So you guys get those leftovers, and you still get the pair on the outside. But you guys know 3 times square root of 37 was just 111i. Sorry, so let me rephrase that. You get positive square root of positive 444i. The factors are 4 and 111, so 4 is 2 and 2, 111 is 3 and 37. 3 and 37 are leftovers, so those go on the inside. 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2, which is why we only put 1, 2 on the outside of it. Now, when we simplified that, we got x is equal to 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 111i all over 24. Now notice we can simplify these, so we can divide 2 into all of those. So we get x is equal to 3 plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1, you guys, but we don't put a coefficient of 1, so 111i. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay. Last two. We got our a is equal to 5, b is negative 4, and c is equal to 6. We are using the quadratic formula, which is what I'll bring down. Now we substitute a, b's, and c's into the quadratic formula to solve for x. So x is equal to negative of negative 4 plus or minus negative 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which was 6, all over 2a, which is 2 times 5. X is equal to negative 4 is 4, plus or minus negative 4 squared is 16, 4 times 5 times 6, negative 120, all over 10. So x is equal to 4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 120 is negative 104, all divided by 10. Simplify the square root, so square root of negative 104, that is positive square root of 104 times I. Now let's get to this. Well, I know 52 and 2, 26 and 2, and 13 and 2. Found a pair here, we got leftovers here, so pair of 2's go on the outside of the square root, and the leftovers go on the inside, I. 2 square root of 13 times 2, 26i. So what we have is x is equal to 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 26i all over 10. Notice we have 4, 2, and 10, so we can divide top and bottom by 2. So you get x is equal to 4 divided by 2, 2, plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1, but we don't put a coefficient of 1, so square root of 26i. 10 divided by 2, 5. And lastly, for number 9, we got a is 6, b is 3, c is 2. So x is equal to negative of b, which is negative 3, plus or minus 3 squared minus 4 times our a, which is 6, times our c, which is 2, all over 2 times a. Simplify, x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus 9 minus 4 times 6 is 24, 25 times 2 is minus 48, all over 12. So x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus square root of 39 all over negative 39 over 12. Now we gotta simplify that square root. So square root of negative 39 is square root of positive 39 and I on the outside. Factor 13 and 3, but there's no leftovers here, so that means you just have square root of 39i. So x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus square root of 39i all over 12. There's a 1 here, but nothing goes into 1, 3, and, or 1, negative 3, and 12, so this is our answer, because we can't simplify it anymore. So, hopefully guys, this helps you. Just practice, and you guys should be able to get it down, okay? Good luck. Peace.